I don't know how I forgot it, but it's amazing. Okay, I hope to go get it later on to be sure of what I have coming up on the show today. All right, so back to what I was saying. So 4 o'clock, the business news, and after that, let's talk about the constitutional roles for the office of the deputy governor. What exactly is the job of the deputy governor? Are there roles laid down for the deputy governor? I mean, if you are following the news, I'm sure you should have found out or heard what's happening in Edo State and Ondo State. Sounds almost like the same place. Ondo and Edo. Yeah. So the two states, the governors and their deputies are having issues. And it was just this morning that the courts over there in Ondo State stopped the House of Assembly from continuing with their impeachment proceedings against the deputy governor. All right. So what exactly is the duty, the constitutional roles for the deputy governor in Nigeria? So we'll look at that and also look at what because before now there was an interview where a legal practitioner who I also expect to be on the show with me today, Alan Wakama, said that there's need for more constitutional roles for the office of the deputy governor. All right. So I also want to find out if he's asking for more roles, right, other than the ones that the office holds. What should the roles actually look like? Like what other roles? Can you like give us examples of the other roles you expect that a deputy governor or that office should carry or take care of? All right. So it's just like when the governor is coming on board, it's like everybody knows what the job of the governor is. So if we know what the job of the governor is, or the role of the governor is, or constitutional role, let's add constitutional. Would it be bad to also have a set down roles for the deputy governor, apart from that is not, okay, he's the deputy, he's deputizing, his assistants, whatever the governor wants him to do, that's what he will do. Okay, so we'll be looking at that, okay? And then it's going to last till about 5 p.m. Then we'll bring you the news update, after which we'll take a look at River State here. Food security in River State, attaining food security in River State. There's been a series of news about, that's actually about food in River State. The issue of flooding is one of such that has brought that to the fore, where we have some farmers in some communities saying that they have started harvesting their crops prematurely, and that is a bad move. Actually, it means I remember some other person spoke on that, and this person said if farmers are harvesting their crops prematurely, we are going to be looking at food shortage. Hunger is going to befall us, because if they're harvesting prematurely, it means they're not planting new ones, right? So by the time you finish the premature produce that you have already harvested, what happens next? All right, that's one on one hand. And then on the other hand, in some local government areas, I can't remember what I say, Leme or so, there's been some pockets of herders, farmers kind of clash, yeah? And also the other bigger insecurity issue of cultism in some communities. Sometimes you hear that, based on activities of cultists, people have left the communities. And so the women can't even go to their farms anymore, or even the men who are also farmers. The other time, it was about 10 of them kidnapped in a farm somewhere, although they were later released. But when stories like that come out, it's also going to affect the morale of the people who should ordinarily be planting these crops. All right. And then another thing that also affects the issue of farming is oil spillage. Yeah, Etio. They're one of the places where there was an oil spill that's of recent. So, and I'm sure that's one of the things that the people over there can attest to. Oh, this is affecting our means of livelihood. If it's not affecting the water, it's affecting the farmlands. And of course, not forgetting also illegal oil refining. That is also another problem. So we'll be looking at attaining food security in River State, even in the face of looming flood, oil spills, and insecurity. What are the local government areas, or what are they doing? The local governments, what can they also do to ensure food security in the state? It's more like it's in their hands to decide how things turn out, right? So we will not be giving all that attention to the state government. The local government areas, they have their chairman. So what's the plan? All right, we'll be having a professor of agriculture join us for that conversation. So that will be the last conversation for today, after which the news will come up, the major news bulletin for today. And then after the news, it will be time for open season, where you also get to react to any of the conversations that we've had in the course of the show. All right. So, did I introduce myself when I started? I don't know, but let's just do that. My name is Constance Mega. And today is Tuesday, 26th of September, 2023. It's a really good day, I must say. So let's look at the big stories right now. This is the part where I say, if you're ready, I'm ready. Oh, please, we're live on Facebook, so get on Facebook and join the conversation right there. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. And then send a message to WhatsApp number. That's 0809 030 616. 0809 030 6416. All right, so the big story that I'm starting with right now, it's coming from River State, and the caption reads, Police arrest member of notorious kidnap and armed robbery gang that killed SP Bako Angbashim. It was in the news at 3. So story reads that a member of the notorious kidnap and armed robbery gang leader, Tubaba, that killed the divisional police officer of Ahoda East Division, SP Bako Angbashim, has been arrested by the police. Now, there's a viral video where the unidentified member of the gang was seen sitting on the ground with a tire on his waist as he was being interrogated by the police. Now, during the interrogation, this young man confessed that SP Angbashim was killed by his group, led by Tubaba, but then he denied knowledge of where the corpse of the late DPO was buried. Remember also that the police is out looking for these guys, and part of the reasons is not just to apprehend them, but someone was killed. There was a video of this person being killed. So where's the body? Right? Anyway, we have not heard from the River State Police Command spokesperson, Grace Iringe Koko, to confirm this particular arrest. We're still waiting on that. So I'd like to hear from you. Police arrest member of notorious kidnap and armed robbery gang that killed SP Bako Angbashim. Okay, moving on to yet another big story right now. One of the things that's been on the lips of a lot of Nigerians. Well, the Premium Times has it this way. Why Chicago State University shouldn't release my academic records to Atiku. Tinubu. Why Chicago State University should not release my academic records to Atiku. And this is coming from Tinubu. So let's see how that story goes. So here is part of what that particular story has for us. Atiku barred from using my CSU records. That conclusion should be rejected because the discovery cannot be for use in the foreign proceeding due to the decision of the Nigerian Election Court. And that decision shows the Nigerian courts would not be receptive to the discovery sought by the application. Well, let's start from the very beginning of the story, shall we? That's before we go on a commercial break, all right? So President Bola Tinubu on Monday intensified his legal efforts to block the Chicago State University. Can you not do this at this time? Okay, so back to what I was reading before I had a little bit of an altercation here. Interference, rather. Okay. So, I'm going to come back to this. Let's go on a commercial break. Quite a very short one. I'll be back. State University should not release my academic records to Atiku, Tinubu. All right, so after obtaining a reprieve from the District Court of Northern Illinois, Eastern Division, with the court temporarily suspending its 20 September order compelling the university to release the documents to Atiku, Mr. Tinubu has now filed a more detailed objection seeking to convince the court to reverse the order outright. Now, Mr. Tinubu's application filed by his New York-based lawyer, Oluwole Afolabi, is anchored on two broad reasons. The first one is that his academic records in issue are not useful in Nigerian courts, as claimed by Atiku, because, quote, the Nigerian election proceedings and the Nigerian courts have explicitly been receptive to the discovery. Second reason is that Atiku's request, quote, is unduly intrusive because it allows applicants, which is Atiku, to conduct a fishing expedition into intravenous, private, confidential, and protected educational records. End of quote. All right, so there you have that particular story. Now, moving on to something else. Federal government opts for low-key Independence Day celebration over realities on ground. Realities on ground. So Nigeria's 63rd independence anniversary will be a subdued affair with no foreign leaders invited. The secretary to the government of the Federation, George Akume, said this. So he told reporters in Abuja on Monday that President Bola Tinubu approved a low-key celebration in line with the current economic realities. Low-key Independence Day anniversary over realities on ground. Okay, so CBN governor, deputies, ministerial nominees set for screening as National Assembly resumes. Just an update to that. The screening is ongoing right now. All right, there's a Senate nominee who's up there. They're done with the central bank governor, but that's it. So let's get to you. Which of the stories has caught your attention? Let's hear from you. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0002, and 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0007. You can send a message via WhatsApp to 0809-030-6416. Don't forget now, get on Facebook. We're live there. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. All right. So, oh my goodness. I've already forgotten. This is how this works. Okay. Robin the farmer is my very first caller. Hi, Robin from Eche.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Robin.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Meda. Happy sunny day.
Yeah, wish you the very best.
Yeah, thank you. I want to react to the move by the president of the largest black nation in the world, Senator Ahmed Tinubu. Is it not embarrassing? Today, I submit documents that I graduated from University of Port Harcourt. And someone goes there to seek for my certificate. I will now run to court to say, don't release my certificate.
So you want anybody to go and be looking at your certificate?
How can Tinubu
your analogy, though,
go to court to say, don't release documents before you claim you attended? They are insulting us now. That is why I keep saying that Nigerian politicians have conquered us. We are a conquered people. Somebody will tell me that the people is the problem, not the government. President of Nigeria, the largest black nation in the world, President of Africa, to claim you went to Chicago University and as a tussle, you had the F-43 to go there to say, don't release my certificate of a university. Is it a private document? What is going on? I am ashamed. I remain Robin Maga, the farmer. Let others talk.
All right, Mr. Robin. Hi, Muriel from Okrika. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Constance. Good afternoon.
Welcome, Muriel.
Well, Constance, all the other headlines are just too boring and repeating themselves. Well, let me talk about this independence low-key celebration.
All right.
So, Constance, if federal government, if they will be so sincere to send us the money they earmarked or budgeted for this celebration, you will shout and wonder if that is actually low-key. And at the end of the day, I would suggest that they just go ahead and do the high-key celebration, Constance, because this money will still be misappropriated and still be shared and still be, I don't know what other word to use, but they will still steal the money. So go ahead and do the high-key. And if necessary, just send prayers to our boxes, all Nigerians. We need it, Constance. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for calling, Muriel. She wants prayers sent to her mailbox. Hello, Hector from Obogoro. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. The president is a public figure. He is in a public office. Before the election, he provided and believe that those situations are subject for verification. So, what is he hiding? They say they are fair accusations. What is Mr. President hiding from Nigerians? What is Mr. President hiding from the world? It is left for the court, the Supreme Court of Nigeria, to decide if those are relevant or will not be relevant. He is not the court. His lawyers are not the court. So, he should be getting from us if he does not have any currency in his cupboard. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I am Braid from Transamadi. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, my beloved sister, Constance. Yes, you see how our president is disgracing Nigeria before the foreign country.
Uncle.
You have.
What did he do? Did he steal yam?
Results.
Hold on, I am Braid. Before you say the president is disgracing the country, what do you mean by that?
Why is the Mr. President restricting Atiku for having hold of the results?
So what makes it a disgrace? That's why I'm actually I have an issue with your choice of word actually.
Okay.
So why would you call it a disgrace?
I'm sorry for that word. Why Mr. President is restricting Atiku getting the results? Court has ordered, and they said he should get the results because there is a litigation in Nigeria. And as a public servant, Mr. President has become a public servant. I am entitled now to know, really, Mr. President has that result or not. Or is he a female or male that result bears a female or a male? I should be able to know the status of my president. If my president has a challenge, can't I know that my president has a challenge? So please, my case this afternoon, let Mr. President, if it were to be me, I would have even ordered, please give him anything concerning that result. Anything that concerns that release to him.
Well, it's not you.
Look, clear conscience, fair accusation. Let us see that result. And let's know is a male or female that has that result. Thank you.
Thank you, I am Braid. He says, if I were... What? You're not the one. You're not the president, all right? It's not your academic records that is up for, whatever court issues. So allow the man. Hello. Oh, my goodness. Real Gift, please do well to call back. Thank you. All right, so please, when you're calling in as much as you are entitled to your, what's that thing called now? Opinion, right? But please, let's really watch our choice of words, okay? Thank you. Atiku asking Chicago University to release Tinubu's academic records to him is improper. Fidelis Elemowa from Chokocho, Eche. That's your message. Someone said I've made the gods angry. It's now raining over here. Please, where are you texting from? Where is that place? Okay, PSD, I'm going to do that. Thank you very much. Thank you. My plan is when I've received a couple of calls, we'll go back to the story and help us understand what exactly the president is against. Good afternoon, Constance. Tinubu fighting against the release of his Chicago University what? You say it's a big shame. There may be something that releasing of the certificates will reveal to Nigerian sky. I pity Nigeria. Pastor Vincent, I'm not reading the last line of your message. I mean, if you're really a pastor, should you be talking like that? Anyway, thank you very much. Hi, Elomba from Artillery.
I greet you, my sister.
I greet you
what
too.
I want to talk about is Chicago University and the certificate. You see, sometimes it shocks me when things like this are going. When people come into public office, that is not their parents' own, it's not their papa own. They will break all the protocol known to man. The Constitution of Nigeria gives anybody who wants to contest a president that you will reduce your credential, mainly school cert. Nobody wants the Constitution didn't say university, it says school cert. Both the school cert and the university own they are claiming. Not even see anyone. That's what we suffered when Buhari was ruling. At the end of the day, now the whole country has been messed up, and people are suffering now. And this is what we have been passing through in different hide and seek kind of government. You that are ruling people, are you not the one that's supposed to tell people what I don't have any skeleton in my cupboard? Anything want to see it now. Getting me. The man is fighting to cover up. The other one is fighting to open. And the people are suffering. That is what we are suffering. God bless you.
Hello, Frank from D-Line. Oh, I lost that call. Hi, Real Gifts. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you. Lady Constance Mega. When you put it in a box, it becomes SCM. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon once again.
Thank you. Talking about the issue of Chicago. My lady, can you hide pregnancy?
Yeah, it's possible.
Oh. Yeah. You go try it, I'm not going to see. Because even if you tie it, people no go know when they look your face. You understand my point? Well, for me, I think at the end of the day, whether they bring it out, they don't bring them out. You know, concern me. After all, the Supreme Court have told me that you don't need to tender your certificate to even apply or vie for any office. The last the election before the last one, when they went to tribunal, to the Supreme Court. So, waiting at the front of myself for this one. As far as I'm concerned, if they display the results, and then what they are looking for, they don't see what will happen then. For me, only those who work during the night understand the orders of the spirit. So, for that side, I live on like that. On the local celebration, my lady, can't we get people who can fabricate key we go long for us to use? Because for the past how many editions now, it has always been low key. And if we follow the size of the key, does the key remain or only the head in their hand, the head side of the key? I think because for celebration, whether for good or for bad, after all, we celebrate life. If we don't celebrate development, and at least we have moved somewhere, whether we are where we are to be or not, we have moved somewhere. And let me join my lady in Okrika to say, because of this celebration, I've opened my own mailbox and I expect my own prayer points. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. Okay, so let's get back to that particular Chicago State University issue, right? So what exactly is the legal battle about? Because a lot of people are saying release certificates. But then, just to remind you of what I read before now, all right? Now, the former vice president, that's the PDP presidential candidate. I think that's better, right? So he's requesting this academic records, not the certificate. No, that's not what he's asking for. The certificate has already been presented by the president to INEC for the 2023 elections. But then, Atiku is in doubt of the authenticity of the certificate presented. And he says, you people should give us academic records to prove that this certificate is authentic. So he's asking for academic records. So the people who are screaming, if they want my certificate, they can have it anytime, any day. It's the same way that, okay, I'm not making a case for anybody, but I'm just looking at it from another angle. I mean, regardless of the legal tussle that's going on with this. So you want to get a job and then they ask for your certificate, which is a normal thing, natural thing. They ask for it. And then you do your photocopies, send to them, and then you show up and they say, are you sure? You don't look like a first class candidate. We need your records. So they're not asking for a certificate. You have presented your certificate. What they need is to see that year 1, year 2, year 3, first semester, second semester, it's the records they're asking for. All right, just to put this out there. Thank you very much. Okay, Dave says, good afternoon, Constance. Low-key celebration. This is the first time Nigeria government is being reasonable. It is a welcome development. Oh my goodness. The economic reality calls for a low-key celebration. For the certificate saga, there is something fishy. If not, why try to stop the CSU from releasing it? Dave, thank you. Hi, Clinton from Bori.
Good afternoon, Constance.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Let me start by congratulating the police, appreciating them for the job well done. The arrest of that member of the gang is a good one. It's a morale booster. We've been calling for this for weeks. So I want to urge them to ensure that this particular person that we arrested is brought to justice and other members arrested as well. Then finally, on the issue of the certificate, president's certificate, I believe the minimum requirement for an individual to contest for a position in Nigeria is your SSC. So the president is only saying that the certificate is not in dispute in Nigeria. I don't see it's not in dispute in any tribunal in Nigeria. So it's academic. I believe it's just academic. It's not warranted for. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Anonymous. Okay, Anonymous, please do well to call back. Thank you very much. All right, let's get back to the WhatsApp messages. Remember also, you can send a message on Facebook. We're live on Facebook. Drop your comments there. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. And then for WhatsApp messages, 0809 030 6416. All right, low-key celebration. How? This government is not sincere to Nigerians' confidence in Lebedim from Ozuzu Eche. Good day, madam. This is Matthew Ebube Jonathan from Ikodi Engene. I'm so happy for the arrest of one of the killers of the Aoda local government area DPO. I think this will also facilitate the arrest of the fleeing members, including the notorious Tubaba. This boy cannot deny the knowledge of the whereabouts of the corpse. If truly he has confessed to being one of the killers, he should be able to tell us in details how the corpse was buried, burned, or thrown away, as the case may be. Me, I am still looking for this Tubaba because that 100 million naira would do a lot in my life, honestly. Okay. Newton Ikire says, good day, Madam Constance. Why Chicago State University shouldn't release my academic records to Atiku Tinubu? Okay. I'll leave that one. It's for my eyes only. Federal government opts for low-key Independence Day celebration over realities on ground. And the reality on ground is that the identity of the... Oh, come on. Of the man who INEC made president is shrouded in secrecy. End of story. Okay. Thank you. Constance, I believe the word you're looking for is transcript. Yeah, that's part of it, but they're asking for... Pastor Vincent, you can get angry all you want, right? But back to what I said, and I stand by it. If you are truly a pastor, you should not be talking like this. And I will not read that last line of your message. It's my stand. And that's it. I won't read it. John from Woji says, if President Tinubu is not guilty of not attending the University of Chicago, why then can't he allow the University of Chicago to release the certificate? It's not certificate. All right. To release the academic records to Nigeria to prove that he had attended the University of Chicago. All right. Thank you very much, John from Woji. Nathan is asking, is academic records a private document? Well, it is his private document. He has the right to choose whether or not it should be released to anybody. It's his own. Unless perhaps Atiku was one of the people who paid for his school fees back then, you know. But then, that's just it. 0817-923-0002. Divine is calling from Woji. Hi, Divine. Hello, Divine.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Divine.
Welcome, Divine.
Yeah, on the issue of local celebration, yes, I think we need money, my sister. They should not make it just in the house and the rest. On the issue of the academic records, for a man to say, I'm not in support of anybody, for a man to say, do not release my academic records, it means he went to that university. Whether he got F9 or 2, or he got B or A, they say, do not release my academic record, and I think the man is entitled to that. Constance, I can't go to your university, please give me Constance results. No matter the case. But if I say, well, anybody can have access to it, it's at my own will. That's my own take on this matter. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Ima is calling from Ebonyi State. Ima, are you in Ebonyi State? Hello, Ima.
Yes, Constance.
Welcome.
Thank you. My reason of calling is to tell you that I was not happy of the way you insulted that pastor.
Are you sure you know the meaning of the word insult? Or are you the one who... Hold on, Ima. I heard your first line. So my next question is, are you the one that sent that message?
No, not
so how did you know? How did you know it was an insult?
I'm not traditional.
What's untraditional? I'm not a traditional person, actually.
Yeah, traditional in the sense that you should have told him, I will not to read your message. But not for you to say, if you were to be a pastor.
No, I didn't say if you were to be. I said if you are a pastor.
God called him.
Ima, you're saying something else. And see, you can get angry if you want to. And okay, he can feel insulted. I'm not in his feelings. That's the way he feels. And the way I feel about what he said, I will still not read that thing he said. All right? I feel like if you are a pastor, then you shouldn't be talking like this. No, you shouldn't be talking like this. I didn't even read what he said on air. If I had really tackled what he said, then we can be talking about insults. All right? So as a man of God, you shouldn't be talking like that. That's my own. Hi, John from Iwofe Road. All right, John, please do well to call back. Okay, Bini Chief says... No, Bini Chief. Okay, your message is actually going to come up later on. All right, your message is actually for the next conversation. It's not for now. So I'm going to mark it as unread and read it when the time comes, all right? Excuse me. So Newton says, no, it's no longer a private document. The moment you put yourself out to be elected into a public office, I'm responding to the question you asked by someone. It is no longer private. The moment you signify an interest to become a public servant. Why is our own different? Newton, how many people are releasing academic records? It's different from certificates. That's just what I'm saying. All right? I don't think it's the same thing. I got this job and they asked for my certificates. And then all of a sudden they're now saying they need academic records. Guy, it's you they find. But hey, all the same, the man is entitled to that. All right? So he can choose to say, you people have certificates. I'm not releasing, nobody should release my academic records to another person. But I also get the part where people are saying, well, he should release it, if not for anything, for the fact that people are already making noise about it, just to tell them, okay, shut up, see it, to prove to you that I went there. But hey, it's his opinion, all right? Everybody decides the way they want to handle things. Mike is calling from Port Harcourt. Oh, hi. Ida from Nkoro.
Yeah, my sister, I greet you.
I greet you too. Welcome.
Thank you for your correction. Yes. A private document, you're not supposed to release out anything. A private document. When you say bring the ones that are necessary, bring those ones. Then, if I want to enter to school now, they say bring your documents, your ID and everything. I will bring it. They ask me to go and bring. Don't go out of original copy this time. Go out photocopy. So that is a private document. So the person has the private document, but not to release it to the public. Just like I want to go for MTN to go and collect something that somebody said, they will not give it to you. So that is it. Document. Thank you very much, Honorable Ida from Nkoro.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you, Honorable Ida. I mean, will the said academic record change the position of the Court of Appeal? What's your name? Your name is Prince. He's asking. Well, I think the lawyers should be answering that one, right? A concerned listener says, asking the USA court not to release even the gender of the owner of the documents, cum certificates, is just like playing the ostrich. The Nigerian politicians and courts have devised a smart way to shortchange Nigerians. Concerned listener. Sowari Opusunju says, good evening, Constance. Kudos to the police force for the arrest. For the independent celebration, Nigerian leaders should do the needful to take the nation to the next level of economic development. Thanks. All right. Brimo from Wako says, why are Nigerians so sentimental? What did our former past president Buhari use in ruling us for 8 years? Just SSCE school certificate. Please, they should allow Tinubu to work, I beg. Thank you. Oh, well. Fine Mind, calling from Okrika. Oh, come on. I wanted to hear the voice of Fine Mind. I like your name, though. Wow. This is quite long. No, this is long. I can't even start. Emi Fieraga. Oh, my God. Your messages are... Oh, this is an epistle. Okay, I'm going to read it, but let's hear from Dakuku from Okeche. Yeah. Hi, Dakuku. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon. This is Atiku from Okeche. My sister, let me tell you the reality of everything. Nigeria, let me say it on this way. Nigeria don't have system. And every time we'll be dragging off and a president representing a country. Certificate, not certificate. It's not good enough. I can still be telling U.S. law court they should not release his own credential to this thing. To court problem. Why would they be saying this kind of thing? And every man, as I'm here, I know where I school. Whenever I want to go there to collect my certificate or verify everything about it, I will not be able to hang anybody. Go there verify because I know that it's just here at school. Not from Ahmad Buhari. The certificate, forget about that because it's not academic. So other foreigners still not active. Nigeria are not any threat. They don't even attend school. What does that to us? What we have to consider? Allow the American judiciary to do whatever they want to do. It's not Nigeria. Where they can collect bribe. It's about that. You know that it's good. What about that? That is my point. So I don't like what he's doing. It's not good. America is not Nigeria. Where he pick up judiciary on his pocket.
All right. Thank you for calling that, Kuku. Okay, so let me read this very long message. He says, in 2011, Donald Trump called President Barack Obama a terrible student and demanded that Obama release his Columbia University and Harvard Law School academic records to the public. But President Obama relied on the 1974 Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act and refused to publish his academic records. Obama said releasing his academic records to Trump and the Republicans will have consequence effect on his person because the opposition might use the academic records for mischief purposes. Now, when Trump launched his own presidential bid a few years later, Mr. Trump directed his personal attorney to threaten his high school, his colleagues, his college and the college board to never release his grades or SAT scores to anybody. This is the irony of life. This is applicable to Alhaji Abubakar and others. They want to ride on moral, yet they have not shown example with themselves. President Tinubu is equally relying on the 1974 Family Education Rights and Privacy Act of the U.S. that releasing the academic records to Atiku will cause him pains. Obaseki of the PDP versus Ize Iyamo of the APC in Edo years ago, it was the University of Ibadan that released official statements that Governor Obaseki graduated from the school. That ended the case. Nobody went pulling down heaven. Even Dr. Goodluck Jonathan's case, it was University of Port Harcourt that released official confirmation that Goodluck Jonathan graduated from the school and the matter died. Chicago State University has affirmed that President Tinubu graduated from the school. Yet, some Nigerians still want the school to prove what? And he says Nigerians should learn to respect and live by the law. I need me a glass of water after that. Okay, thank you, Emi Fieraga, for that one. Victor from Egbema says, Chicago's certificate saga. I think why Tinubu is fighting hard is because that was the only certificate he submitted to INEC. Already, over 6 discrepancies have been discovered in it, ranging from 2 different authorities signing 2 certificates for him, different dates of graduation, lack of university logo, and ownership of the release transcript by female gender, among others. Let Tinubu come clear and stop wasting Nigeria's taxpayers' money frivolously. Victor from Egbema. Newton, you've just been on my case this afternoon. I have read. How many messages from you now? So let me move on, please. Melody from Uniport says, Constance, using the word private documents makes the issue bogus. What is private about age, date of admission, and graduation? Be specific, please. Well, the story says academic records. And he says, no, don't release that to anybody. Constance, I stand with you on this one. Religious leaders should have their words and thoughts seasoned with salt. Abi, is it not what the Bible says? They are role models and should know better. Muriel sent me that one. Someone is asking me to say happy birthday to who? He said I should play him a song. You realize this is Nigeria info, right? Very funny. Okay, good afternoon, my lady. In any organization, there are rules and regulations in governing that organization. People who want to be identified with such organization to make themselves relevant on air should play to the rules and regulations. Oh, okay. Newton says I should not believe Emmy. Okay, Newton, it's not a matter of me believing him or not, right? So just go and perhaps Google and find out if maybe what he has shared with us is true or not, okay? And just a quick reminder here. That's part of the objection from Tinubu's counsel says the unlawful release of documents previously allowed interveners' opponents to sow confusion and spread conspiracy theories. I think he's referring to the part where a court said they can release the documents. And for them, that was unlawful. You don't do that. All right? And then they also said that Atiku's application was not anything more than opposition research on a political opponent. And some other person has asked, even in the text message here, will that academic records, will all of that change what the courts is going to come up with? You know? So, all right, I see your message. Thank you. Oh, Pastor Vincent, thank you very much, sir. I see your message. Okay, I have to go. I just have a few more seconds on the clock. Any messages I've not read, I may have to read them after when it's time for right?